Now what is total reflecting prism? So you all know that prism having one of the angle 90 degree and the other two 45 degrees or a right angled isosceles prism is known as total reflecting prism. The three action it can produce is the deviating the ray of light by 90 degree, by 180 degree, and to erect the inverted image. So these are the three actions it can produce, and you have to draw any one diagram. So you can draw this question, you will do in your copy. Question number 18 also you will do in your copy. In this you have to draw the diagram only of the prism in which deviation takes place by 90 degree, which is the total reflecting prism. So you all know that this is the diagram, and the instrument in which such a prism is used. So if you have watched the video, so in that I have shown periscope. So in the periscope is made up of mirror also, and periscope which is used in the submarines and in the armies also they use the periscope. It is made up of prism. So I have shown both the figures in the lecture, so you can go through that lecture to see the prism and its action. So here you have only to write the instrument name. So instrument is your periscope and the diagram is this one. Okay, so this question you will do in your copy, and you can see in this ray diagram already I have explained in the lecture of total reflecting prism. This ray strike on this face normally, and then it will strike on face AC, hypotenuse of the prism. When we draw a normal from here, this angle of incidence will become 45 degree, and it will reflect back and strike base BC, and this is 90 degrees, so it will pass undeviated. Okay, so this is the type of question which will be asked. Either it will be asked to draw the ray diagram, or either figure will be given to you and a ray of light is shown like this here, till you have to complete the path of ray of light like in this question. So this type of question will also be asked in the board examination, or in statement form it will be asked to show with the help of the diagram. So in both the ways you need to be prepared how you will write your answer or how you will draw the ray diagram. Clear? Now next question, question number 20. Here you have to complete the ray diagram. It is given that it is a isosceles right angled prism, so that means this angle is 90 and these two are of 45 degree, and you have to show the complete path of ray of light. So we know that here the deviation will be of 180 degree, because first PQ will strike on the face, this one AB. When it will strike here, the angle of incidence will become, we will draw a normal from here, so this angle will become 45 degree. Already I have explained in the video, because this is 90, this is 45, 90 plus 45, 135, so this angle will become 45. When we draw a normal, so 90 minus 45, this angle will become 45 degree. Now here total internal reflection takes place. This ray of light will strike on this face and angle of refraction will be 45 degree. Again when we draw a normal here, angle of incidence will become 45 degree, and here total internal reflection takes place on the face BC, and the ray of light comes out like this. Okay, so this is the ray of light deviation by 180 degrees. So ray of light entering the prism in this direction and emerging out in this direction. So total deviation is of 180 degree. And the action, the device in which this action is used, so binocular. Again in the lecture I have shown the binocular and how it uses the two prisms to deviate the ray of light. It is already explained in the lecture, so go through that lecture. That is very important lecture. All the instrument I have shown and how they use the prism action also I have explained. So go through that lecture, it will give you more clarity about the concept. This you will do in your copy. Question number 21. In this, again this is a condition of equilateral prism in which total internal reflection takes place. So here again the diagram is given. You have been given a ray of light PQ and you have to complete the path of ray of light. So we know that it is striking normally, it will strike on this face, and here it will pass undeviated on AC. When we draw a normal, so this already have explained in the lecture how to find the angle, so you can see that. So here this angle will become 60 degree, and again here critical angle is 42 degrees, so total internal reflection will take place. It will strike on face BC, and passes undeviated. Here angle of reflection will also become 60 degree, and this angle is your 90 degree. All I have explained in the lecture how to find the angle of incidence. So that is why these lectures of part 4Ds are very important. This whole chapter is very important if you will see, and it's very scoring. So that's why again and again I am saying that focus more on the light chapter. So this is the question. Next question is your draw a neat labeled ray diagram to show the total internal reflection of a ray of light normally incident on one face of a 30 degree, 90 degree, 60 degree prism. So in this case you have to draw the diagram of this prism in which total internal reflection takes place. So all the ray diagram I have explained in the lecture. One you have to draw in which the total internal reflection takes place, that is when the ray of light strikes on the base of the prism. Clear? So in that case total internal reflection takes place. So you have to draw the diagram here in this question. So you will draw it in your copy. Now question number 23. So sometime the question is given of two prisms and you have to complete the path of ray of light. So it's very simple. When ray of light strike on this face, here we know that a 90 degree deviation will take place, so it will come and strike on this face. Here the angle of incidence will become 45 degree, so total internal reflection emerges out, strike on this face of the prism normally. When ray of light strike on this face normally, it will pass undeviated and strike on this face of the prism. When you draw a normal, this angle will become 45 degree, which is greater than 42. Total internal reflection again will take place. Then it reaches on this face, base of the prism. Here it is incident normally, so it will pass undeviated. So it is, see, by the principle of reversibility we can say that if the path of ray of light is like this, so same path the ray of light will follow if it enters from here. So again the path of ray of light, it will emerge like this. Clear? We know that by principle of reversibility the ray of light will follow the same path. So by that, if the question is given like ray of light is from here, so again you have to draw the same diagram. If the ray of light is given in this direction, so complete the path of ray like in this direction. Simple. You just draw a straight line, then this line, then this line. Complete. And then represent drawing a normal, this 45 degree. Always you have to show the angle of incidence, and for that you have to draw a normal and then you will write the angle of incidence in all the ray diagram. Clear? Next question that you will do, the differences we have discussed in the last lecture. I have discussed all the differences between the reflection from a plane mirror and total internal reflection. So here it is asked one difference. In the board examination also they will ask one or two difference. So you write all the difference, that are 4 or 5 differences are given. You write all so that at least 2 will be in your mind. So for that, it's written mention one differences, you write state all the differences between the reflection from a plane mirror and total internal reflection of light from a prism. Now also here it is given state one advantage of using a total reflecting prism as a reflector in place of a mirror. So we already have discussed about the differences, and the differences we have seen that when the ray of light reflection takes place from the plane mirror, there is a part of light absorbed, and in the total internal reflection no part of light is absorbed, and in that case there is no loss of energy and the intensity is maximum, and in this case intensity is not maximum, and means the intensity is less, there is a loss of energy. So only one advantage you have to write, any one advantage you can write in this question. So now we have completed chapter 4, and next video will start the next chapter, that is diffraction from lens. And in this chapter everything is very important, nothing is reduced. So don't think that you don't have to cover any topic that you will leave from this chapter. What one thing that you will not cover from this chapter is the multiple images from a plane mirror. This topic, multiple images, now this is not included. Multiple images in a thick plane glass plate or thick mirror, that is not included. Rest all the topics are included in your syllabus, so all topics you have to cover. Most important, practice the ray diagram. And here one more thing, if you will see, here it is given, you have to know about total internal reflection through the triangular glass prism ray diagram, all But the use of right angle prism to obtain it is only 90 degree and 180 degree ray diagram. So that means the third, that is of erecting the inverted image ray diagram, is not that important. The two important ray diagrams are of 90 degree and 180 degree. Clear? So these two things that you can leave is the ray diagram of the erecting the inverted image, and second is the multiple images from a thick glass plate or mirror. These two topics you can leave from this chapter, otherwise everything you have to cover from this chapter. This chapter is very scoring, no numerical. Even the numerical, if you will see, it's written basic numericals. So basic numericals means the only formula here you have mu is equal to sin I by sin R, mu is equal to C by V, or mu is equal to real depth by apparent depth. So these are the formulas, and very basic numerical in the board examination will be asked. So prepare kindly all the chapters according to the reduced syllabus, and in the next video I'll start the next chapter.